I see Durac has been a very, very, very high population density, as we can see, obviously. We also have nations going to empires growing because of this. I see humans are right now. I see humans are forced to get on water too. You know, because of obvious reasons. Land, they're losing land. And they created, and I see land will be as low as this, as found out by scientists after seeing this. Apparently, walking is now the number one, became the new number, the number one thing, and it didn't happen. It was, and walking is the number one thing. It never happened, for a long time. Like the last time this happened was before when the religions are number one. I mean, like number 0, and stuff. But no, and it's created a high scale battle right here. As you see people getting murdered and stuff. Especially in this part. I see human lands are. I see water transits getting more popular nowadays, and countries are going to try their best to control these water networks to gain money. I see money because humans are greedy and stuff. A lot of some countries lost their cities for some time because some cities were destroyed, were abandoned because of waters and then come back. I see land is also, and there's no more oceans now. There's only bays, and the bays are now disappearing again, as we see from this. And you see, humans are. I see, ocean docks are becoming more rare, and then the straits are getting destroyed, making people more dependent on rivers. Sometimes humans actually forcefully, to get more money because of this, they technically help the environment to lose land. But due to this, that later on make more attacks, such as an oncoming. I see bears are not usually in jungles, but now there is due to this, and they're not used, and they're not actually used to these type of bear attacks. They never actually seen a bear in their life. They're only busy on hyenas or rhinos or crocodiles and stuff. Not this. And due to this, humans sometimes are forced to use bombs or this. Like this one right here. I see bombing has been used to clean out the area. This obviously caused destructions in the area too, killing many animals because of this. They had to bomb entire cities because of that. And there's also air raids because they're on a war or something. I see police are getting more. I see at this point, guys, boats are getting more crowded and stuff. And you had to force to make new rivers, and stuff, which make people more money, more greedy. I see humans are trying their best by flooding the area like this. Yes, and that actually happened. It's known as the Great Water the Great Man-Made Flood. It happened in the city of what? In the city of what is the city called again? In the city of Ayika, which, to be honest, was a total disaster actually, because the water because it actually didn't work and actually caused a lot of destruction, because even more than boats than land did, because they destroyed housings, creating this empty plot land. After that, I see humans decided to accept their fates and, you know, focus on creating straits. Some are forced to join together into one to make sure that the rivers won't dry out. Creating the first one is this area, which is technically already. There's no water, so they like this simple area. This area was supposed to be joined with water, but no, so they decided to make a curve and head westward. I see this is now an international agreement at this point. See, in this area, there's a lot of, I see an entire well. And then some historians decide to say that this is a good time to recreate the old international strait, and the old international strait looks this, a straight line. This was actually, but unlike season 1, which one was natural, this one was man-made, and they tried to make it look natural, but actually it wasn't that famous. No, it was famous, and yep, and this arc is, and guess what? Not surprised, this arc is called Riverland. I see and there's always a lot of, and there's also some big problems, not just a global, not just that, but there's also some problems like, I see oceans are not gone, but there's some problems like this. Water traffic. That's a pretty big problem now. It took longer, and that needs to create more rivers, and you know, and some arches actually create a scenario what happened if it just keep happening. This is the monstrosity. Yes. And they actually made it as an official area, and actually I don't know, I can't no say. But again, this is actually not that famous. Oh, actually, it's okay famous, but they need to some humans have to create lots of water transit, and some were forced to create mini rivers, like here, yeah. Yep, the river. And you see, we could see the everyday life, and that's the end for today.